Na. Hello, sziasztok, üdvözlök mindenkit. Hát akkor tényleg végre úgy néz ki, hogy mehet a Kingdom Come Deliverance magyar feliratos stream. Remélem, hogy most minden klaffolni fog, és akkor szerintem ne is húzzuk az időt, hanem csapjunk bele úgy, ahogy van a gamebe, és nyomassuk is. Remélem hang jó, kép jó.
Charles IV,
így jó minden.
King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted until the nobles, exasperated by the inaction of their ruler, turned for help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary. Sigismund decided on a radical solution.
Szia Farkas! Örülök, hogy itt vagy. Mi a pálya?
Then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
Ez a Zsigmond, ez nem viccelt akkor. Na, folytassuk is a gammát. Ahol abba hagytuk, nagyjából. Csak szeretném a izét. Ezt a prológ részt azért még egyszer így lecsekkolni. Remélem jó a hang, jó a kép, és élvezhető lesz a stream így. Na. Még lehet pár dolgot meg kéne csinálni, amit nem csináltam meg. Nem tudom, mi van itt. Megnézzük.
Sorted that Deutsch out.
That was pretty close, eh?
That old bastard didn't stand a chance.
True, but I'm worried that fucker Hans will snitch on us.
Well, let him. Then I'll snitch on him. And anyway, what can they do to us for throwing a bit of dung?
Good point. It's not as if anyone really likes the Deutsch.
Anyway, nice job at the Deutsches. Never a dull moment with you lot.
Ezzel beszélnem kéne valamelyikkel. Ma nem lehet. Egy jóval se. Francba. Jó, akkor ez meg volt. Közben írja Wolf, amúgy, ha már itt vagyok, de miért nem végezte el Kukorica Jancsi a sulit? Hát mert lemorzsolódott. Ennyi. Pont mint én.
Hey!
Ővele se tudok dumálni. Innentől ki se tudom rabolni. Semmi nincs hozzá. Ajtókulcs van maximum. Ennyi.
How are you?
Jó, ennyi. Már megbeszéltünk mindent. Kimehetünk is. Közben szabatársam készül dolgozni. Úgyhogy ezek a háttérzajok, ezek beszűrődhetnek. Na, hát akkor szerintem... Be kell gyűjteni a cuccot a ládikából, azt nem ehetünk is. Ezeket már nem lehet. Nem leülni akartam. Na, akkor itt Szili is. Szia Szili! Mi a pálya? Hali. Szili kérdezi, hogy tudnál adni nekem egy általános leírást a játékról. Igen, az általános leírás az nagyjából úgy néz ki akkor, hogy ez egy survival és RPG elemekre épített kalandjáték, ami a középkorban, egész reálisan ábrázolt középkorba kalauzol el minket, és egy cseh, lengyel, nem is tudom, talán cseh vagy lengyel fiatalt alakítunk, akinek az apja egy kovács, és Zsigmond király serege, a magyar sereg az éppen már a szomszédban van, és hát feszült a légkör. Feszült a légkör. Na igen, ezek kellene. Az összeset begyűjtjük. Ennyi. Nagyon nagy. Jó. Itt még látom, hogy egy csomó mindent szerintem gyűjteni, de mindegy. Egyelőre jók leszünk. De és én most a legnehezebb szinten játszom, és ez egy ilyen survival szint, úgyhogy itt aztán még jobban oda kell figyelni. Jó, ennyi. Amolyan kedvcsináló írja Szili, igen. Tehát kedvcsináló gyanánt. Nekem abszolút azt tetszik a játékban, hogy ilyen reális, és megpróbálja abszolút visszaadni a kor hangulatát. Ja. Na, ő az apánk, a Kovács. Éppen itt a helyi valamelyik lovagnak készül egy kardot készíteni, vagy már oda is adta neki. És most pedig folytatjuk a történetet. Szia Viktor, hali. Köszi, örülök, hogy itt vagy. Mi újság, Hocsmin?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire.
Ja, csak most jönnek akkor a kardér.
We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though.
Közben Black Wolf a játék, ahol Deck próbál túlélni, és még mindig hadilában áll kardokkal. Így van. Szilira értem, jól hangzik. Bizony. Csanánt, ja. Hát igen, még nem vagyunk mesterei a kardforgatásnak.
Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Ez a lovag meg is
Learning his
jegyezte.
trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us? I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honor, Sir Isvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
Talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Na, para van. Jönnek a magyarok. Vagy ezek még nem? Majd kiderül.
Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
And what about you?
Your mother is in the village.
Ez nagyon hangulatos.
Follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzik. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the gates!
Keep running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah!
Get through the gates!
komoly jelenetek itt az elején. Nagyon komolyban vannak. Nem, de tényleg. Szerintem nagyon megadják a kezdő hangulatot egyből. Ennyi igazából.
Find a horse! Ride to town, Merc! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moats! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Na hát akkor itt is vagyunk. Most csak menekülni kell elvileg. Szerezni kéne egy lovat. Ott vannak lovak. Na gyerünk. Nem tudom, hol lehet átasolni. Hú, itt össze. Jönnek, mennek itt az emberek. Fej nélkül, ha jól láttam. Ezek hogy kerültek ide? Ennyi volt. Ezt akkor még egyszer. Hát ez mi volt? Remélem van autómentés. És nincs. Ne. Na jó, akkor azt meg legközelebb elmentjük. Hát ez komoly. Mindegy, gyorsan átlépjük most. Hát itt azért jobban oda kell figyelni, akkor nem úgy van, hogy csak itt rohangálunk össze-vissza ész nélkül. Ja, ez a játék azért egy kicsit komolyabb, mint számítottam. Többit úgyis összeszedi a srác.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. Just wondering.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
The honor is mine.
Na, itt is vagyunk. Jó, na mehetünk. Ez hogy kerültek már egyből ide? Nem már! Beszarok. És És nincs automata mentéstelen. Jó, hát itt nem lehet tréfálkozni. De akkor ezek még nem a magyarok.
Here are those nails.
Na és akkor mehet is a futás. De itt viszont mentek egyet. Szomjas a karakter, hát ez van. Na, magyarul beszélnek. Na, mindjárt kinyírjuk őket. Hol a kardom? Ne! Ne! Hol az a kard? Nincs nálam. Itt a szívás akkor. Tereza legalább elmenekült. És föl a lóra. Nem tudok fölülni a lóra? Nem. De ezek meg kinyírtak egyből. Na még egyszer. Na még egyszer. Hát ez nem egyszerű. Milyen vicces magyarul beszéltek. Ezek mégiscsak a magyarok. Én nem tudok fölülni rá.
You'll burn in hell, you animal! A picsába mi ez? Írjátok ki a fattyút!
Ne, leestem a lóról. Ezt nem hiszem el. Utol is érnek. Rohadékok. Pedig majdnem meg volt. Na jó. Pedig Terezának is segíteni akarok. És lovat is kéne lopni, de ez a kettő együtt ez nem igazán megy. Mindjárt kitalálunk valamit. Csak azt nem értem, hogy a kardot miért nem használtam.
meglátod? A picsába mi ez? Nyírjátok ki a fattyút! Még sajnálni fogod, hogy megjelentél itt, te szarok!
De miért nem futsz? Bász meg, a faszért szállsz le, leszállj le a kurva életbe, beszarok. Na még egyszer most már tényleg jó lesz ez így. Fölpattanok a lóra, aztán elsprintelek. Sajnos kontrollert nem támogat a játék, legalábbis ami nekem van, azt nem. A DualSense-et, úgyhogy kénytelen vagyok egérbillentyűvel próbálkozni, de hát nem mindig szerencsés ez. De vicces a magyar szinkron.
A picsába mi ez?
A picsába, hogy mondják.
Még sajnálni fogod, hogy megjelentél itt, te szarok!
Tud ugrani a ló? Basz meg. Ugorj már át! Nem hiszem el tényleg. Beszarok, basz meg. Na jó, hát ez a része a játéknak nem annyira poén. Azt hittem, egy szaros izét, ilyen kis szalmakerítést át tud ugrani a ló. Na jó, akkor az úton megyünk. Akkor az úton megyünk. És így hol a kard? Az is amúgy kíváncsival tesz, hogy itt van. Igen, most akkor használatban van? Hát nem. Nem hiszem el tényleg. Na, akkor most. Aha. Na, hát akkor most akarom hátba szúrni ezeket. Nem jött össze megint, csak mert utolértek. Csak azt szalakadtam itt a felszereléssel. De 3-at úgyse fogok tudni megölni. Ezért megnézem, hogy le lehet-e szúrni egyet.
Jó kis falat! Ne feszengj, te szapka! Most meglátod!
Ez nem egészen.
A picsába mi ez? Nyírjátok ki a fattyút! Megjelentél itt, te szarok!
Ne, megint beszaladok. És megint megnyomom azt a szaros X-et. Ez nem nagyon akar összejönni a kurva életben.
kitartó. A picsába
Ú,
milyen?
ezek ki is szúrtak egyben.
Hogy megjelentél itt, te szaros!
Ja.
Na végre. Ezért sokkal több mindent kellett volna csinálni szerintem. Ez nagyon vicces. Ez mennyire fun már, ez a magyar szinkron. Gyerünk, menjünk, fussunk, mert ma meglőttek. Lónak is baja van, vagy miért nem fut én gyorsan? Mindenhol enyhe túlerőben van az ellen.
Left. Hamburgers to the left, along the stream.
Hát ez rövid lesz. Kitekerem a nyakat, te nyomoronc.
Tudod, hogy fog végződni.
Jaj, itt nyomtam meg. El akarom rakni a kardot, de nem tudom.
Véget, te genyó! Megdög lesz!
Véget, te genyó! Azt mondja. Na végre. Most elkezdett vágtázni. Úgy látom késő.
Run for it! Itt adalhat te végtanítva!
Go! They'll kill you all! Flee! To Talmberg! Run for it!
Gyere, te Gani! Hogy véged?
Ne! Itt meg akar.
Shit, this is the wrong way.
Ez a rossz irány? Hát ez nagyon jó. Mindegy, most már itt vagyunk.
Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose! Hagyjuk! Húzzunk innen!
Ez nem sokon múlt, de megúsztuk.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that hair out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? Were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Apá, bocsánat. Na.
Oh, aye. He was looking mighty smug. Not his usual grouchy self at all. What's he so pleased about all of a sudden? Have you heard? He's quoting some wench on the side. What? Flashback?
Kezdek nagyon éhes lenni.
What are you up to here? Get out of here or I'll call the guards on you. Something here?
Hol lehet pihenni?
What the hell was that? Hey!
Must be the wind.
Huh. Be off now. You don't belong here. What's with you?
Ez fasza.
Are you deaf? What are you doing here? Are you after something?
Na nézzük, hol menjünk.
I hear you came from Scarlet's today. It must have been terrible there. How did it happen?
Elmesélem. Szörnyű volt.
Sigismund's army appeared out of nowhere. There were so many of them, not just infantry, but cavalry, too. Those foreign mercenaries with their strange helmets and the souls of beasts.
Heavens above!
I ran to the castle for shelter with the others. Behind me I could hear the shouts of the attackers and the screams of the wounded. Then I turned and saw Father trying to save Mother. They were both killed. The gate was closed by then. The men on the battlements were calling to me to run and warn you here. And with God's help I made it.
My God, that's horrible. You were lucky to survive. And our thanks for warning us. I'll pray that you see better times.
I feel quite hungry.
Hát most ettem. Mi az, hogy éhes vagyok? Ezt még egyszer az árfertelést nézzük csak meg, hogy van ez. Ja, hogy ennyi volt.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he chose his talent, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul, after everything he's been through? You must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, my lady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Jó volt. Vicces volt.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Ami tetszik nekem a játékban, az az egyszerűsége, legalábbis a történet szempontjából, és ebben rejlik a nagyszerűsége is. Az egyszerűségében. Számomra nagyon jól visszaadja az adott kort. Az adott kor hangulatát.
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite.
Look out.
Oh, damn, I'm tired.
Már nem tudom, hol lehet aludni.
I hear you came from Scallas today. It must have been terrible there. How did it happen?
It seemed like any other day. And then I saw thick smoke rising above the hamlet of Rovna. Soon Sigismund's army were finished there and came for us. The order to attack must have come even before the alarm bell rang.
God preserve us.
We all ran towards the castle for shelter, but they were too fast for us. They slaughtered everyone they caught and torched their houses. I barely escaped, and they murdered my parents.
The Lord have mercy. I'm terribly sorry. May the Lamb of God comfort you.
Azt hittem, lehet itt aludni. Inni nem lehet. Hát akkor felnézzünk erre.
This bed is probably taken. I'm supposed to go and sleep in the chamber.
Kamrában kellene aludni. Jó. Hol van itt a kamra?
Is someone there? Get the hell out of here. There's nothing here for you.
Hát egyelőre csak körbe-körbe megyek. Hát nem igaz, hogy nincs egy Roger bácsi féle szállás valahol. Na, tessék. De itt megint nem enged aludni. A francba, akkor menjünk tovább, a küldetést csináljuk. Ja, hogy itt van. Ez lesz az én helyem. Na végre. Mehet a szundi, mennyi ideig szeretnél aludni? Mennyi az idő? Fene se tudja. Hát aludjunk egy jó 10, 9, 8 órát, így reggel, jó? 10 órát aludjunk le. És kipihentem, frissen, ja nem.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Na, milyen kedves tőle.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunish still wouldn't cough up a coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzi. Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us. but Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. He murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only He has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Na bum! A grófnő, vagy ki ez, ráoldalazott Henry fiunkra. Úgy veszem észre, srácok. Király. Hát igen, abban az időben azért nem sok hobbi volt az akkori embereknek. Úgyhogy új hús került, szerintem elég sokan ráoldalaztak. Hát Henryt most úgy látom, a rémálmom gyötrik.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Szakad az eső, éjszaka van, nagyon jó. Valószínűleg a bakerybe kell menni.
Good day to you. What do you need?
You know what's happening?
Sigismund, who else? That bastard conquered Skalitz, and now he's come to take Talmberg.
Ez fasza. Nek annyira nem örülök, megmondom a frankot.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my command, and all will end well.
Hey, you men down there!
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund. Said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And Sir Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
Érdekes, érdekes. Mi folyik itt gyöngyosan?
Halt! Who goes there? Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert? Sir Ansig. What a relief. Is his lordship there with you? Yes, sir. He is right here. What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Tamber?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I see you've grown a
Ezt nem
thick
értettem,
skin
de
since
mindig.
your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to right there now.
Na, hát ennyi.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood? Henry, I need to have a word with you.
Akkor beszéljünk.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch on the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
May the Lord watch over you.
Na. Akkor most törködni kell. Fogalmam sincs, hogy hol. Ja, megnézzük a térképet.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Eszünk egy kis káposztás, hagymás kenyeret. Na, itt vagyunk már Talmberbe, vagy hol. Ezeket is meg kéne nézni.
Everyone to the main government. Quickly, get out to the door. Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
Mi már támadnak? Mi a fasz? De durva. Mi, srácok? Ott a magyar sereg.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlet and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, the Ratsig Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king's end that Sir Radzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Na mi lesz? Kíváncsi vagyok. Megtámadják. Nem visszafordulna. Mázli. Jól dumált az öreg azért.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Hát ez a játék, ez hangulatban csillagos ötös, tényleg. Jobb, mint egy film. Óriási. Itt lehet majd gyakorolni, harcolni. Jó, hát itt most egy csomó kis küldi van. Itt meg kéne csinálni.
Good day to you.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzik is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Because the lords there could have risen against him with their armies and stopped his conquest of the Bohemian territories?
That's part of it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Értem.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
A francba.
God, boy. Do you want to throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
Nem sikerült meggyőzni az öreget. A francba. Akkor is meg fogok szökni. Jó, egyelőre ez a rész akkor megvan. Nézzük hova tovább. Adom az arénába, itt a kereskedő, itt az ágyam, és itt a pékség, és úgy látom, hogy itt van egy kérdőjel csak. Ja nem, meg itt a faluba, ki kell menni a faluba akkor. Jó. Igazából bármikor elmehetünk, szerintem nincs itt nagy őrség. Igazából bármi lehet. Ja de, hogy van őrség, aha. Kiengedsz, koma?
God be with you.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Hungry, are you? You should go and see the cook. She's good-hearted, especially if you come with some coin. For anything else, you should see a fellow called Votava. Folk aren't too fond of him, because he's as surly as a wet cat. But he can get you just about anything. I saw him by the granary. You'll recognize him easy. He looks like he's never had a decent meal in his life.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Yeah. Igaz hazugság. Jó, egyelőre akkor most hagyjuk ezt, majd legközelebb kitalálunk valamit, harcolni nem akarok.
Never mind.
Úgyhogy egyre meglátjuk, mi lesz.
That business with Sigismund turned out well in the end, didn't it?
Aye, that was a good start. Now we need to drive him and his war whores out of Bohemia for good.
Ennyi, oké.
God be with you.
Egyre nem tudunk kimenni innen.
Slice a cow and then two halves from top to bottom with one chop of a sword.
That's impossible.
And that's not all. They say they can take a man down with an arrow 10 fields away, and a dozen men is no match for one of them here.
Csak beszélni kéne akkor ezzel a kereskedővel. Ezt mire megtalálom, az arrébb lesz.
Rosemary, the best thing for hair.
And the nobles are doing nothing.
And we have two popes. That's an evil omen.
Aye.
Azt hittem, itt van.
My respects to you.
Can you tell me who I can buy something from or sell to?
You want Votova, the fellow that fixes the weir at the Tomberg fish pond. He should be around the granary somewhere.
Valahol a magtár, és ez hol van?
Why is that then?
Mary, Mother of God, preserve us.
Itt van.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin.
Kincses térképe is van. 113-ba kerül, nekem meg 19-en van. Ebből egyet tudok venni, az kész. Jó. Na, hát akkor szerintem most ezt a streamet itt lelövöm. Én köszönöm, hogy velem tartottatok. A játék baromira tetszik. Most egy darabig játszani fogom. És majd amikor így a középrésznél majd megint fogok csinálni belőle egy streamet. Körülbelül ugyanúgy majd, mint a Falloutnál. Úgyhogy... egyelőre ennyi. Srácok, nekem nagyon tetszik a játék, nagyon jó kis hangulata van, úgyhogy mindenképp szeretném majd végigvinni. És a végjátékot is mindenképp streambe szeretném majd kijátszani. Úgyhogy egyelőre nekem nagyon tetszik a game. És remélem, hogy ez így is lesz. Nem már, hogy nem adott be a chat semmit, ne. Most látom, hogy mennyien írtatok, és nekem meg a telefonomon nem adta be. De szemét. Csak a Szilinek az utolsó volt, ezt a Gyanánt. Ne haragudjatok, közben itt van Robi is. Írja Robi, sziasztok, ez az egyetlen játék, amiben alapból van magyar szinkron. Igen, igen. És Gaming Time is itt volt. Sziasztok! Szia Warzone, örülök neked is, hogy itt vagy. Szia, szia! Reu írja, sziasztok, középkori dekkalandok. Jól elintéztek. Jó így magyar hanggal, igen, igen. Bocsi srácok, ez teljesen nem jelezte nekem most a telefonom. De föl cseszagyilag ez most. Hát ne haragudjatok, ezért voltam ennyire passzív, nem azért, mert nem akartam veletek beszélni. Úgyhogy ne haragudjatok, Kopasz is írt, barbár hordák nyelve. Kíváncsi vagyok, mit írt. Hoppá, bocsánat, kicsit elgördítettem. Hű, de lemaradtam. Hol vagyunk? Tehát Kopasz írja, barbár hordák nyelve, kis és szomorú, de a magyar a külföldieknek akár idegen bolygó nyelve is lehetne, mint a Halóban, ahol a telepesek beszéltek magyarul. Igen, 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 igen. Közben itt van Red Thunder Miker is. Szia Miker, hali, rég voltam a live-odon, hogy vagy? Jó, köszönöm. Írja Robi, Reúton van benne ugrás, csak én az Xboxon tudom, hogy nem tudtam irányítást segíteni. Na, akkor viszont az megnyugtató, írja Reúton is. Igen, igen, akkor csak Deck nem boldogult. Igen, igen, akkor csak én nem találtam meg. De hál' Istennek sikerült aztán nagy nehezen megszökni. Na, írja Márti, hogy sziasztok Roger bácsi fanok, vár az NFS. Így van, igen, igen, igen. Úgyhogy nem sokára megyünk NFS-ezni, azzal fogjuk majd folytatni a streamet. De hát beszarok, hogy nem jeleztet. Hihetetlen körbe. Gábor is ír. Szia Gábor, hali, örülök, hogy itt vagy. Hát, komolyan mondom, kiborító ez a YouTube is amúgy. Ez is úgy szara, hogy van. Na mindegy, lényeg, srácok, hogy nem sokára folytatjuk akkor majd a Need for Speed streammel. Én köszönöm, hogy itt voltatok, vigyázzatok magatokra, és ajánlom ezt a játékot mindenkinek, aki szereti ezt a középkori világot, mert nagyon visszaadja a hangulatot, és ezért ez a magyar vonulat is szerintem még egy plusz pozitív attitűdöt ad számunkra, úgyhogy mindenképp érdemes kipróbálni. Úgyhogy köszönöm, hogy itt voltatok, vigyázzatok magatokra, és hamarosan jövünk az Unbound-dal. Sziasztok! Tech out!